Today I'm gonna talk to you about the last Halloween movie. Technically, I still have to talk about Halloween 3, but that's for another time. The last Halloween movie with Michael Myers in it. Halloween Ends. Directed by David Gordon Green, and the last one of the reboots. You've got Jamie Lee Curtis again, Andy Matichak, Judy Greer, of course, is dead. She was stabbed to death in the second one. And you got, what's his name? Graham Copley as Corey Cunningham. It's the guy who Allison falls in love with. And there's more happening to this dude. You got James Jude Courtney, on name, for being in shape again, and that's one of the positive things. James Jude Courtney, he's a big fella. He's imposing, and he's older. It's Michael Myers. You can't believe with his age and his large build. And this movie takes place a year after the massacres from Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills. A year or 2 years, I'm not sure. And it's still on a few people's minds. So they say, look, well, for him, please, if something is in the wrong, if something's wrong, take him, go to the neighbors, and call the police. Things like that. Now, there we're introduced to Corey, and this snot nose. I don't know his name, and I don't care, because he's a snot nose who's fucking with Corey. So he doesn't answer when called, and he leaves doors open in the kitchen, in the hallway. He makes it seem like Michael Myers is there in the building. It's a large building. It's rich people. They have these big trolley stairs and shit. And he, of course, is very anxious and nervous. He goes to the attic, and what happens is the boy was standing behind somewhere at the end of the stairwell, and he locked Corey in, and immediately he started to panic. He started to freak out. He wanted to get out. Let's call him Snot Nose. Snot Nose, let me out. Let me out, Snot Nose. No, boof. Eventually the door opens, the Snot Nose gets to the Snot Nose, and he falls and becomes one big giant of Snot Nose puddle of shit. Yeah, it's actually somewhere a funny scene. The parents came home and they bloop in front of their eyes. The kid explodes because of the height of the house, and they think a lot of people think Corey Cunningham did it. And after that, Corey Cunningham's career sort of fell through. He was a guy who would be a great major. He wouldn't go to college and things like that. But now he's working for his stepdad's auto mechanic shop. He has the overalls that Michael Myers wears. Then there's a moment that he is driving. He got a motorcycle from his stepdad. His stepdad likes him, but his mom is a complete psycho bitch. He hits him in the face just by being 2 minutes too late or something, and hits him more and more, and he just stands there, and he's you pity the guy. Okay, now he gets a motorcycle from his stepdad because he saw that, and he didn't have the balls to say something, but he wanted to give him something in return, a motorcycle. And he stops at this sewer pipe, and apparently in the sewer pipe a Michael Myers was laying there for a year or 2 years, or at least a year, completely wounded of all the stabbings and shots that he got from the end of kills. His face, his mask is starting to mold, and he's very weak. He's very weak. He can. I mean, he can. Corey can brush his hand off, and but the moment that he grabs him, he is like teleporting his essence into him, and that's when Corey says, "Fuck you, get the fuck out of here." And after that, Corey changes completely. He starts to be more the boss. He doesn't, let his mom fuck him around anymore. But he still gets beaten up. That's the stupidest thing. That he met a girl, Allison. She works at a dentist office or something, a doctor's office, and she's one of the nurses. And they meet there because he was wounded by, I think he crashed around the sewer pipe, and oh no, the wounded was, I think it's because he met these four punks. Two of them, I think, two of them are girls. One, the other guy is this broad, and the other guy is maybe the second pen broad. And I swear you not, I shit you not, they look like they're from the Glee Club. He got fucked over by the Glee Club. Corey Cunningham being the tallest, biggest, the whitest guy of them all. He knows some mechanics, some strength in mechanics. He has Michael Myers powers now. He just lets him being beaten up. For that, he comes in the doctor's office, and Manachek, Allison, she's, take care of his injuries. And that's how there's a spark. There's an immediate spark. Allison feels she's a victim, and he's also a victim because the entire town hates him because of that incident with the snot nose. So she feels a bond with him, and eventually there's a romance starting between them. And there's one scene where she basically had a small hookup relationship with one of the deputies, and he doesn't want to leave her alone. And suddenly Corey stands up and says, "Get the fuck away from her now, or I'll kill you." He says something like that. He's looking at him in the eyes. This guy's a big guy, but he looks at him and goes back. But what he does is following him because he thought in himself, "I'm a bigger guy, I'm gonna fuck him up." He goes to the sewer. he body slams him, he sweeps the legs, keeps him in a position, and then he says to Michael, who's laying there with an old rusty butcher's knife, "Do it, Michael, do it, now." He's coming like really like decrepit. He's almost needing a wheelchair. And then he starts, and then and then and Corey brings in more and more victims. So apparently Michael Myers feeds off killing people, and the more people he kills, the more he gets stronger. For example, there's a duo kill, which is pretty cool. The doctor from where Allison works, and the nurse, the other nurse, having an affair with him, and outside Corey, you hear it's dark. It's a flashlight, so or a detection light that goes off and on, and it's dark, and you hear him just a bag over his head, and then you see the light, and then you see Corey taking a corkscrew and just hitting him repeatedly in the face. And now at the meantime, the nurse shouts the door. Corey couldn't get it to her, and he has this, by the way, also this clown mask that Michael wore, only the mask not too close, and he can't get in. But who slams the door open? The front door. Oh my God! It's Michael Myers, energized. He takes her and he kills her in the same way she killed Bob. He picks her up, puts a knife in her heart, and then looks at her like this. So at this point, they are basically working together. So it's and that's already weird, because Michael Myers doesn't want somebody to help him. Look at Dr. Sartain. He wanted to help him. He got his head crushed by his fucking foot. He doesn't want people to help him. He doesn't want people. For some reason, he lets this kid tag along, and at some point, he wants to kill the bullies, the Glee Club bullies. I call them the Glee Club bullies. They can easily do something else, but I'm just the Glee Club bullies. And he wants his mask. Michael Myers is standing there in the sewers. He doesn't respond. He's just standing there. "I want your mask." He grabs at the mask. He's tussling. Eventually, he does a wicked body slam Michael Myers over his body, and he takes the mask. This is very stupid, because how in the fuck can't you? It's always one of those Glee Club members that's the leader of the Glee Club members, that he can't do anything against you. It's like, I think he can beat the Glee asshole. I mean, it's a Glee face of his face. But he can't. He can body slam Michael Myers. What? I mean, after that, okay, he has the mask. He has the overalls from his work. And basically, we have Michael Myers is back. He's killing these four youngsters. He killed the stepdad also, so no remorse. He killed his mom. It's a deleted scene where she is. It's slow motion where he takes a pillow and stabs her in the face repeatedly with a kitchen knife. And so he's completely Michael Myers now. He goes to Allison's house to kill Jamie, because Jamie knows that he is a part of his evil essence, because the entire town hates Jamie too, because look at there, the fluorescent bulb, the broken bulb lady who got the bulb in her neck, the tube in her neck, that she's seen her man get killed by multiple knife tryings. She lives through, and her sister, it's all your fault. You antagonized him to come back. That shit. So he knows that Corey is also one of the fuck up clubs. He's in the fuck up club with Jamie, and Corey, and all the other people that still are alive. They are basically they're basically shunned. They're basically hated. So he goes to the house of Laurie, and what happens is, I'm gonna spoil this movie. So if you don't wanna see more, stop here. What? Let me. But you gotta see my end my end speech, my end results, and what I think about it, and what they should have done and shouldn't have done. So I'm not gonna say this. And if you ever seen it, go watch it. As a true Halloween fan, you should at least give it a try. But I can tell you here now, it's gonna be really different. Prepare yourself. That's because of the font, the different font in the beginning. Halloween Ends, the blue font from Halloween 3, that was with Tom Atkins, and no Michael Myers. A completely different story. So it's them saying you're gonna get something new. Okay, now there's one more kill that I have to say. It's the coolest kill in the movie. He goes to that DJ, the local DJ. He stabs the girl at the counter. He goes into the DJ's guy, and he takes his head and hits his head multiple times on the sound system, and his tongue is hanging out. He takes the scissors and knips his tongue off, and the tongue is on this plate that always goes boo, boo, because of that tongue. That was a cool kill. And the guy deserved it, because he was constantly like making Laurie Strode's life a living hell, making his life a living hell. I mean, even Deputy Hawkins. And the thing is, I don't think he's a deputy anymore. I think he retired. I'm not sure. And also, what's the end of Kills? Laurie gets a knife, and in this movie, the first time you see her, she's making a pumpkin cake. And I thought she's gonna be more messed up, more vigilante, and when evil dies tonight, Michael dies tonight, because of her daughter died. And no, apparently she sort of became normal again. But yeah, like I said, the entire town blames her for everything. Shitty people, shitty town. Now, so after all these killings are done, so you got a brutal new shape as Corey Cunningham. he goes to the house of Jamie Lee, Laurie Strode, and she don't she doesn't think she's there. He opens the door and she says, "I've been waiting for you, motherfucker." With a revolver, shoots him 3 times. He falls from the stairs, goes downstairs, hits him in the face, takes off the mask, and he's like, "I came here for Allison." No, and then she says, "No, you can't have her. Never. If I can't have her, no one can." He stabs himself. Okay, that's the end of Corey Cunningham. That's something I'm gonna talk about a little bit later. We're 20 minutes in. Now Michael Myers, again, connected with Laurie Strode. He's at the Laurie's house. He was looking for his mask. He know that Corey took it. He takes the mask, and for some reason, Corey is still alive, and he wants the mask. He doesn't want to give it up, and I think Michael then slits his throat or breaks his neck. I'm not sure. He kills him. Bye, friendly Bond. Although he already fucked him over with that body slam, but even that, it's a little bit. That's still not as worse as slitting your throat. Okay, bye, dear Bond. He is at the. I don't know. So basically, he was still weak. He wasn't so strong as he used to be. So he's fighting Laurie Strode, and Laurie at some points has the better hand of him in the kitchen, and they're fighting and fighting. He's almost choking her to death. She almost gets her eardrums pierced. It's a 5-minute fight, and then Allison comes and she drops the refrigerator on him. He's sort of he's stuck. Then she breaks because she has her in the neck. Then she breaks his arm, like really. You can see the bone popping out. Then eventually they start. What happens then? I think he had a knife somewhere, and his hand was there, and to get that knife, they sort of slit his fingers from here to here, so they're apart. And mind you, his other hand is only 3 fingers anymore because the rest were all blown off by a shotgun. So eventually she slits his throat. She takes off his mask and she slits his throat. Now what happens is so stupid. They called sheriff. We got him. We got Michael Myers. They come there with a lot of police cars, I presume. And what happens is they tie him up on the roof of the sheriff's car, and he's being slowly dragged with a platoon of cars that are following him, and everybody at Haddonfield comes out, and everybody's seeing this. They're following them, and then, like a carnival ride, then Laurie has to undo the nooses, and there's this drilling machine. I'm calling it. She puts Michael Myers in the blender, the giant blender, basically, and all what's left is hamburger meat of Michael Myers. That's it. Okay, so this movie now. Is this bad? Yes. Is this worse than Kills or 2018? I would say it is as worse as Kills. 2018 is the best one, but it's that even that one wasn't good. But okay, it was an okay movie. This movie does so many things wrong. The fact that he can body slam Michael Myers, the fact that they should have introduced, multiple things. The fact that Corey Cunningham, everything happens so fast, and he becomes a good guy to evil guy, and they should have introduced him from the first movie, 2018 movie, as a character, as a love interest for Allison, and then in the second one, the posse, Evil Dies Tonight, he's with the posse, but he survives, and he follows Michael, and Michael falls down. Michael falls down or something, and he is touching him, and the essence comes in him, and that's at this moment. Then we go to ends. Michael Myers made his way from the Myers house because they trashed the place to a sewer pipe to die, basically to die. That's it. He was there. He was laying there, basically dying. But he could have had a new shape. Does it matter that it's not a Michael Myers, but a Corey Cunningham? It's all about mechanic's outfit, the white mask, which he did with mold, of course, but a pretty good version of it, because that's what these movies had. They had a pretty good version of the original mask, a little bit weathered because of the age, but it was still good. The fact that there was mold on it, and then burn tissue of the mask from in the house when he came out of the house in Kills. That's original. So he lost some hair too and things, but you've got a new shape. You've got that. Michael Myers is dead, and what happens then? Laurie fights Corey. Corey loses, but same deal as the first movie. She shoots him several times. He falls out of the window outside. She checks the garden, and she sees nobody. And then you hear that same pitched, and all the places he went to, and there as a thank you to an homage to the first movie. That would be good. That would be good. And now is Corey Cunningham a useless character that they just put in there and fuck off, and you die at the end, and for the fans, they have still a Michael Myers versus Laurie Strode showdown, pushing in a giant blender, so he never ever is coming back. Although there's talks about a sequel, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I say it, make a found footage of it, but that's my idea. But I don't like the movie. There's acting is even bad at times. The you kind of pity the Corey Cunningham character, and you hate the Haddonfielders. Every Haddonfielder that's just being mean, you can just break a bottle over their faces. I mean, an anticlimactic death for Myers. He's crawled in a sewer to die, yes. And that's how he finds the mask, takes it off. But that would be integral to the story of Corey Cunningham becoming the new Shape, and they can make the Akkad brothers, or what the fuck they're what's his name now? It's not Mustafa Akkad now. I think it's son or brothers that are taking over, and they can make new movies with him, new sequels, and where Laurie isn't the character anymore. He goes after Allison because she's in his mind. So you got Annie Malachak as the new sort of final girl. That's an idea, right? I don't know if it's good, if it's gonna be a good idea, maybe repetitive, but that's an idea. What if they're making a new one? What the fuck are they? The Torn reboot? Jesus fucking Christ! I hope so. I think Michael fucking sneezed the full visuals. No, thank you. Really, no, thank you. I don't want to see that. I said a found footage movie. That's something different. That is between the 1981 Halloween 2 and H2O, because it's 20 years later. So what the fuck is he been doing 20 years long? So yeah, and ending it that he finds the papers of Nurse Marion, and he goes to Nurse Marion's house, and there starts H2O. Completely, that would be, in my opinion, if they build up the tension, like you see him standing somewhere, nobody notices him. We as the audience notice it, that someone is standing there. It's something that some shifty things are going on in distance, and at some point somebody acknowledge it. I saw something standing there, someone standing there. He goes there with the camera. He's after the brushes. He goes there with the camera. He's gone. I mean, see things like that. That would be good. But yeah, ends is ends is it's bad. I think it's the worst of the three. It's the worst of the three. I guess the idea that they had was okay. It's hard to say. I think they're both kills and ends are equally bad. If I can make so, my final suggestion is watch 2018, and if I can make a good advice, don't see kills, don't see ends, and if you want to see them, take a big bag of chips or popcorn, and just put your brain off and don't think too much, because your thinking is gonna make you especially if you're a Halloween fan. So that's my final verdict of the Halloween movies. I hope you liked them, and see you next time. Bye.